Hi guys, hello mirror me to everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene, and today we're going to just talk. I don't really have a particular topic because, I didn't come up with one. I had a chance to get the parts I needed to recap the M68, and I also ordered some of the resistors that are in the power supply as well. Because the resistors, the original resistors, were the cheaper ohmite ones, and they tend to get drifty after a few years, and so I decided to get the new resistors, and just to be safe, I also ordered the two new diodes to replace the diodes that were in the boards that I thought that could have been shorted. I still think they could be shorted. We don't know yet, so we'll find out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just totally rebuild this power supply completely from scratch, all the way using the original Shure diagrams to bring it back into factory default specs. The thing is it is as old as me, and it's definitely, like me, needs a little TLC, okay? Because I'm not young either. My joints hurt, my body hurts. Right now I had a cold. I still have a cold. So my throat hurts from coughing up a storm lately, and so we're gonna try to give this thing its much needed TLC to bring it back into compliance with the Shure specifications for that model from the schematics. Now, one of the things I really appreciate that Shure did with this model, the M68 MC and the M68 FC, is that they gave the schematics, which allows the person who knows what they're doing to do the repairs that they have to do. Trying to find the schematics for the SSM1250 from Optimus, not so much in luck. I know I've seen them once before, and I think it was in the owner's manual, but the writing is really tiny, and it's really kind of hard to make heads or tails out of it. So in that case, it was just easier to consider just replacing the thing. I know something got burnt. I know I hear a piece rattling around inside, possibly a resistor, maybe a diode or cap or a transistor. So depending on what kind of damage was done, the SSM1250 may also be put back online. Dory's using it right now, though, with the headphones to listen to the Raspberry Pi, and for the Raspberry Pi it's working fine through the headphones. But the line level output going to the amplifier is not working fine. So something tells me that it could be fixed, and it's just a matter of finding out where the component burned, and if it then more than that, like if it damaged the trace. It's going to be definitely an investigative process. And knowing the way that modern electronics is assembled, it's probably got a lot of surface mount components on it. It's probably got a lot of very small parts. And it's going to be really hard to fix. So right now I'm going to wait on that one until I can get the M68 fixed. Right now, the M68, the reason we know what's buzzing from it is because we have plugged in an external capacitor into the auxiliary input jack, which actually is helping to filter the power supply. That's just a hack. That's not a permanent fix. In fact, I'm surprised that it doesn't even complaining about that hack. Another possibility is some people will say, why don't you go ahead and buy a whole new power supply from scratch? You know what the voltage is, the input is. Why couldn't you go ahead and find a small SMPU, say that it takes some 12 volts DC and brings it up to 24 volts DC for the power amp using a boost converter or something like that. For one thing, it wouldn't be original, okay? That's an interesting design, but it wouldn't be original, and it would almost be, to me, that would be almost a sacrilegious. I would do it if I really was in a hurry, but it's not really something I want to do that with. Also, we do not know, because we're talking about, using a boost converter like that is, the way this thing is made is it's got the negative ground return on the chassis. Okay? It's negative, actually it's zero potential reference, but it's the positive voltage comes out of the power supply is actually 28 volts for the filter caps and stuff like that. And so, yeah, you could do it, but I don't know if it's something I would really want to do because, as I said, I think that's kind of cheating, and then I'd have to plug another wall wart into my wall. However, the HP power supply, which I'm using as for the capacitor only, produces 37 volts output. It's a beefy power supply. Came out of a DashJet 500. That thing could easily power it. Is this a 500 or is it one of the newer ones? I think it's one of the newer ones. Okay. 30 volts DC output, almost like 1.5 amps. Okay? Which is actually 37 volts output. Ooh, sorry. That's why we don't have a turret plugged into the main socket. We don't want to blow our diodes to Kingdom Come. Considering that looking at some of the diodes, the WVDC on them is clearly well below the safety range of that power supply. So I don't want to send 37 volts DC through the unit and blow it to Kingdom Come. Right now, like I said, I just want to use it for the diode inside, which is filtering the power, and it's working for now. The built-in M68 MC power transformer is running cool. That's important, and a lot of other interesting things. So yeah, we're going to try to get this recap done in a couple of weeks. Actually, I can do it this week. The only thing is that my parts are going to be here until about a couple of weeks from now. So I can do it, but it's going to be certain parts are not going to be here until later. Now, we talk about global cooling. Today is probably one of the few warmer days outside that's sunny. And I wanted to explain one thing to you. Okay, like I said, I have a cold. I'm kind of coming over it now. It's still on the tail end of it. So, and that's this. These scientists that keep pushing the global warming agenda, well, most of them are kooks, and I'll be honest when I say that. There are a few good things that they did, which actually really kind of goes on with the Clean Air Act, is that we are producing less pollution in our atmosphere now than we were even in 1996. Unfortunately, the country that makes more pollution than anybody is China. So if you want to really find out what it was like to be back in the United States in the 70s, just go to China with all that pollution. It's quite choking, as it really is, to be in China. Dory's potato chips. Oh. Now, I did a video on Welcome to My World about my electric bill a couple days ago, and I'm just going to bring this up. One of the things they keep telling you to do is to lower your ecological footprint. Well, I have my own reasons for lowering my ecological footprint, and one of them has nothing to do with the environment, except my cash environment. Okay, and that is that it costs a lot of money to do these videos, and like I mentioned on the Welcome to My World video yesterday, this bill came out just in the mail around May 2nd. So it's a little confusing when they say the average usage in May, when they really should be saying the average usage in April. So average usage of April 2015, the temperature was 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It was 11 kilowatt hours, which for me is pretty close to normal. Average usage in May 2016, the temperature was 48 degrees Fahrenheit, and we only used 9 kilowatt hours average per day, which is actually pretty good. Now, if I can get it down to October's value of 2015, that'd be a real trip. We're almost there, which would be 6 kilowatt hours average day. But also we have made some major changes in the amount of our electric bill because changing to lower generating rate, which helped make a difference. But the thing that never screws, they throw on the service charge. And that's scary enough. The service charge and the electric bill, they're charging me. Let's see, where is it? 19 hours and 25 cents. Distribution customer service charge, $19.25. Why are you charging me $19.25 customer service charge when most of the time most people don't even call customer service? I think that's kind of stupid, actually. I think they need to change that. Let me ask you another question. What do you think is going to happen with the future of the economy? If Trump succeeds and does the changes he wants to in the economy? He's got a lot of work ahead of him, that's for sure. I keep forgetting to put this back. And you guys probably want to ask me about this. I've explained this on my channel here. This is kind of a handy way for me to focus the camera and check with brightness and contrast, things like that. It's really useful to have that around. Well, I mean, the first thing is okay. Makes sense for trade negotiations. It says, like, to Japan, okay, fine, okay? You're going to import our cars and our stuff for a reasonable rate. Or we're going to do the same rate to you back. Makes sense. Because it costs so much money for the amount of jobs that we're losing, and we have to pay for people's unemployment checks. I don't know if the other countries are going to like that very much, but on the other hand, hell, these other countries have the last, 5, 15, 20 years, if not more, get the better end of the deal than we do. It's just like Donald Trump says, we got people that make the worst deals because they don't know how to make a deal. Yeah, it kind of sucks. What about the wall? Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. I think we can build the wall. But make sure we understand that the bad people can go underneath the wall too. Okay, so the wall foundation would have to go down pretty deep. to discourage people from burrowing underground and building underground tunnels. It's like the ones El Chapo escaped through. And that's going to take very deep footings to make sure that they're not going to be able to get through to the U.S. side. Yeah, okay, so definitely it's going to have to build something better. Right. Anyway, the point is like I said, that Donald Trump's plans are going to take a while to happen. They're not going to happen overnight. That's obvious. If you're thinking that he's going to get his dream come true in 5 minutes, then you are grossly mistaken. It ain't going to be no 5 minutes. It might be a matter of, say, a year at least to make some of the things happen. Now, granted, he's looking for a vice presidential running mate that is obviously in support of his policies, but also knows how the government side of things work, because he has no experience with that. But I think the first thing he should do as president is send one executive order, and only one, that says, at this point forward, any executive orders still in effect are now null and void. And as president, except for potential very extenuating circumstances, I will not sign any more executive orders, but rather will leave the work to Congress as was specified in the U.S. Constitution. Now that, I think, would be a real teardown for people like Barack Obama, which has allowed the bad guys to run rampant and do all this harm. Yeah. So you're right there. Now, in the next few days, how are you going to be getting things done when you really have no money left in cash? Well, I still got the $20 I put in my savings. That's always my emergency funds if I need it. It's not much in there, but it's like $35. So that's if an emergency happens. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Okay. Next month we're going to be working on trying to change a few things and make the things better, and trying to lower the expenses as much as we can. And with my electric bill being as low as this was this month, okay, I don't think that's going to be a problem, because, just so you understand this, the total new charges was only $59.93 instead of the average of $87.52. That's like $30 bonus. It's like $30 bonus. So I'm going to be using that money to get things done. And maybe I will buy myself another mixer like the SSM 1250, or maybe one of the other more standard professional mixers like the Behringer or the Mackie or something like that. But I don't think I can get them cheap on the second-hand category. The SSM 1250 I can get cheap because it's prosumer. It's not professional, but it certainly isn't realistic consumer grade. So it's kind of prosumer. And it would be nice to have that back, because one of the things I miss is having the little VU meters that used to tell me how loud I was or things like that. I don't have that. So right now everything I'm doing is basically by ear. And my ears suck anyway. So, for example, this mixer here, yesterday I recorded with the microphone set at 5, and the master set at 7, and it was a little bit too soft. So this time I turned the microphone to 7 and the master to 7, and I still don't have any AC hum because of the add-on filter cap that I plugged into the back through the accessory hole. But the thing is it's only a crapshoot. It's not really a permanent solution. So once the parts come, which they said probably by Friday, we're going to do our best to make it all work and get the amplifier fixed in, and that's what we're going to do. Sounds good. So when you get your Racist rebate, which will be around October, you plan to get some more big stuff. Yeah, I don't know how much it's going to be. I mean, it could be 700, it could be 300, it could be 200. I don't know how much it's going to be. Okay? But this power amp, which as I said is a home stereo, is also falling apart. And I said before, I wanted to get a nice vacuum tube power amp. And I saw a couple of lower cost ones available that could be pretty promising, especially if I get 700, but I don't know. Because, you see, all this stuff costs money. It's not free. Nothing's free. I'm doing videos on a wish and a prayer. Okay? My equipment is held together by a thread. It's been that way for a long time. My camera, God bless it, is a security camera from China. It's held up great for many years. I've had to make some repairs on it already because of the BNC connector had gotten loose, but I fixed that. And that was an easy repair, just took a little time. But the sad truth is that now I have to deal with the other reality, which is that all my equipment needs service. It needs work. You know, it's falling into disrepair. And since it was the electrolytic caps in this power supply, in this mixer that went bad, it was sending up to potentially 8 volts AC ripple right through the output to the input to the other one, which caused something to blow up. As I said, more than likely it's probably surface mount. And I mean, I could, when I get the parts, you know, after I get this one working properly again, I can go ahead and take a look at that one and find out exactly what exploded. But, you know, it's probably more than likely for me, because my lack of skills with surface mount components, I'm probably just going to have to just, you know, just use it for like Dory's using it right now, and using it with the Raspberry Pi just to listen to your YouTube videos. That's the best I can do. You know, and I really kind of wish I didn't have to live like that, where I have to basically give up so much of the things that I need, like food and clothing and medical care and stuff like that, just to get things fixed. But you know what? That's the sad truth. That's what happens. Sometimes you have to decide to do things that may not necessarily be always in your best interest, but, you know, unless it's a choice between, you know, paying for medication that helps you to paying for groceries that don't. Now, for example, the niacin, I might be able to get the same niacin down at, but I can't get the same niacin at CVS, the same dosage. And is it cheaper? I don't know. But I will tell you what. I gotta get my life together and try to straighten out the things in my life. But sometimes I need a little help from my friends to do that. And you guys are my audience, or my friends, at least passively anyway. If every one of you could put in like $5, about the price of a Starbucks coffee, or about the price of 5 Cumberland Farms coffees, into the tip jars on Patreon or GoFundMe or PayPal, we would have enough money to go ahead and repair all the equipment professionally, and then have, a better session with the equipment we have. But, I know the economy sucks and everybody's suffering, so I understand that. But, you guys realize that I'm taking a lot of time out of my day to do these videos. And sometimes it makes it harder. My throat right now is really, really starting to get sore. And I'm just going to have to just get ready to wrap it up for now. But the most important thing is I want you to do is I want you to keep watching the videos and comment in the comment section below these videos. Let me know what you think. What can we do to help solve the problems of the world? You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, you can help here. It's almost like Princess Leia said in her video message, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope. YouTube subscribers, you're my only hope. Really. I mean, I put a lot of work into these videos, but I really do need some help to keep the equipment running, because it does get expensive. But for now, that's it. So I'll talk to you soon. So bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, did you know there's a lot more going on right now at our websites? Are you watching all 4 of them? If not, check them out. There's a list right here. We got 3 YouTube channels and 1 audio-only channel for your enjoyment. So come on, dig in and see all the stuff we do here at the North American Snow Queen Palace.